guys to the very first episode of Formula Girlfriend, where my not so up-to-date girlfriend will give us her predictions for this week's race, which is, do you know what Grand Prix it is?
No. What is it?
I pulled it up on the screen for her. If you could read that to us.
Emilia Romagna Grand Prix?
Close enough. Do you know where they're racing?
Romana. I want to say...
Without looking at the screen too much?
Spain? Sounds Spanish or Rome? I don't know. One of the two.
Close enough. It's also in Europe.
Aren't they all in Europe, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, like maybe more than half of the races are. Well, anyways, this is actually in... They're racing in Imola.
Imola?
I believe. I could be wrong too. I don't know my... They're racing in the Imola circuit.
I have never heard of Imola.
Have you watched last year's season with me, kind of?
Yes.
Do you know who won?
Max Verstappen.
And who was he battling?
Lewis Hamilton.
How many times has Lewis Hamilton won the world championship?
7?
Good.
I remember you saying that. Something like that.
What about Max Verstappen?
That was his first time.
Oh, very good, very good.
Been paying attention.
So she's going to predict, just based on kind of what she's seen from this season, the qualifiers and the winners of the sprint race.
What's a sprint race?
We're off to a bad start, folks. So do you know how qualifying works?
The fastest ones they like 10 get eliminated, 10 get eliminated, and then the fastest ones get their seat.
Close, but it's 5 and 5.
Oh.
So 5 get eliminated, and then 5 get eliminated, and then the top 10 are...
Okay.
They base it whoever gets the fastest lap. Well, this week they have a sprint race, which they do that qualifying on Friday, just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday they have a mini race.
Oh.
And then based on how they finish that mini race is how they start on Sunday on the actual race.
So 2 races.
Yes. Qualifying and then 2 races.
Okay. Why don't they just count the second one?
What do you mean?
Like the qualifying and then the second race.
Well, they're just trying to spice up the weekend. You know, they're trying to have more people watch on Friday and Saturday because, like, traditionally there's just practice and not a lot of people just watch practice. Mm-hmm. So now they have, like, 3 exciting things on each day, you know, instead of just, like, one race that people watch, you know? You know what I mean?
That makes sense, I guess.
Basically just trying to get viewers, and viewers equals money.
Yeah, well, now it's becoming an American thing, so...
Oh, yeah. Plenty of money there.
Yeah.
So based on what you know, do you want to tell the people who your team is, even though you really don't have a team?
My team is Ferrari because they're all hot.
Do you know their names?
Yes.
What are
they? Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz.
Do you know who's winning right now between them two?
Leclerc.
Do you know how many races he's won this season?
2.
Yeah. And what about Carlos Sainz?
0.
0.
There's been 3 races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be the 4th.
This will be the 4th. Okay.
And just so everyone knows, I'm a Red Bull fanboy. So it's devastating for me that we've only finished 1 out of the 3 races. But that's besides the point. Okay, so just based on everything you know, who do you think is going to win qualifying?
Qualifying?
Yeah, so this isn't for the race. This is for the mini race. How to start they're going to start the mini race.
I have a feeling something funny is going to happen in McLaren. You want to know which one?
Which one?
Lando.
You think he's going to start first? Give me top 3. Top 3.
Lando, Max, and Leclerc.
What about...
Perez in 4th.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Signs in
Okay.
fifth.
Keep going.
Sixth.
What-
Hamilton.
What? Okay. Keep going.
And then Russell.
Okay.
Bottas.
Okay. Do you remember who Bottas races for now?
Alpine? No.
No. It's also with an A.
Alpha Tauri.
Close. Another A. It's kind of the same first word as Alpha Tauri, but it's...
Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, there you go. Romeo, yeah.
Romeo.
Close enough.
Okay.
Okay, so you're
I
saying
think you were
Lando's
close
going to
here.
start the sprint race in first, and then Max Verstappen, and then Leclerc, third, for the sprint race.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Friday done. So now, moving on to Saturday, who do you think is going to qualify in the sprint race for pole position in the race on Sunday?
Oh, okay. So that comes down to the driving, I think. So I think
Yeah,
Leclerc.
I believe they're doing 20 to 25 laps. So it's about a 30-minute race.
Okay. So then Leclerc,
He's gonna-
Verstappen.
Okay.
I'm torn between Sainz or Perez, though.
Are you going to be picking just like the top names always?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I don't know any other.
Okay. Well, next time when it's a traditional race, I'll give you the results from the practices so you can kind of have an idea of how well they're doing on that track, so you can pick other people if you know other names.
Okay.
Okay.
I am very limited, but okay.
So who's gonna be first in the sprint race? Who's gonna win?
Sprint race. Ferrari has, I think, good cars.
Very
so it's
good.
going to be Ferrari.
So
Leclerc.
And you're saying Max second?
Second.
Even though he's only finished one race?
I mean, it's just a sprint, though.
Very true.
His car is given out.
Towards the end
Towards
of
the
all
end,
races,
yeah.
pretty much. So
if
Max
it's
second.
fast, and then Sainz, because their cars are bomb.
Sainz
So
third?
Yeah.
Even though he's
Sucky.
not sucking, but he's just pushing a little hard to try to keep up with his teammate.
But I mean, if it's a sprint,
you
but
got-
three,
you-
it's not. I'm thinking sprint as like 100-yard dash, not like
It kind of is in a way. Like they pretty much have to go all out in that short amount of time just to try to make up all the places they can, you know?
But aren't like all the races just like everything boils down to like the first and the last laps?
Not
anyway?
necessarily, because there's crashes and safety cars and red flags,
True.
which could also happen in a sprint, but it's kind of like no holds bar driving in a sprint race compared to being more conservative in the actual race, you know? In my opinion.
So there's like no tire changes and all
No,
that stuff.
you can, but it's not required like it is in the actual race.
Then I would say I still think since they have a nice car, it's still gonna be Sainz.
Okay,
And then Perez,
okay. Just throw them all in.
Hamilton,
Okay.
because he's always up there, and Russell.
So you heard it here, guys. Let's see how well her predictions go, and we'll check up with you guys on Sunday after the race to see if her predictions were correct. And maybe, who knows, maybe you'll have a new gambling buddy that you could use to try to win the lottery with these races or something. All right, guys, thanks.